Palumbo here for an RX Muscle news update. The IFBB California Pro has let out the men's open prejudging, that is, and it looks to be a two-man battle. Actually, really a three-man battle, but I think for all intents and purposes, it's a two-man battle between Mo Shaban and Charles Griffin. Griffin, who came off that, very controversial second place in Indianapolis a few weeks ago, took the week off, didn't do New York, came in here, sliced and diced. This guy is shredded to the bone, as we like to say. He has a vacuum pose. His waist is tiny. His conditioning is so good on this stage, and I don't even think that the video can really capture it as well as probably it would look in person, but he is grainy hard. When he turns around, his rear double bicep pose from behind is knock your socks off. He's got a great V-taper. Glutes are dry and striated. And I think that's going to win this event for him. I think if he can bring this back again tonight for the finals, I think he goes home with the victory. Mo Shaban is so close, but they are such different physiques because Mo has got a lot more mass than him. He's bigger. He's hard too. He's not as hard as Charles Griffin. And that's why we always say that conditioning wins shows at the end of the day. These physiques are hard to match up against each other because Mo is bigger. So if you're going to go for muscle, you go with Mo. Mo's got conditioning. He's in shape. He's got glutes. He's got abs. He's really good. Griffin has got better structure, and he is just even sharper. And I know that's really hard to decipher because Mo is so good here. So, it's really what you like. And I think the judges, at least it looked in my mind that the judges were favoring Charles Griffin here. I think his second place and that momentum he brought off of Indianapolis is going to help him here as well. But if Mo won this show, I wouldn't be upset. But I think that Griffin did enough here to secure the victory. Interestingly, Tonio Burton, who we predicted in our preview show was going to be a deadly force in this lineup, he is. Tonio Burton might have the best physique on the stage in terms of structure, balance from up and lower, conditioning. He's great. He's just not big enough. He's moving up, this guy, and he just needs to put more muscle on. He's also on the shorter side compared to some of these other guys. So he's going to have to put mass on. But this guy has got third place locked down for certain. And if any of those guys in the top two were off conditioning a little bit, or both of them, he would have won the show. He's just not big enough to stand with Mo or Griffin for that matter. But he has got pretty muscle, billowy quads, big delts, tiny waist, good structure. He poses and presents himself well. This is a good lineup. These top three guys are all in the best shape of their life. And so it's tough, and they're all different types of physiques. Tonio's a little smaller. Griffin's like in between size-wise, but he's just so grainy hard. And then you got Mo, who's bigger than everyone there, but he's just not as perfected as Griffin in terms of his dryness and his inside-out conditioning. Theo Leguiner, who was really good in New York, is going to probably grab that fourth place again. He's got really nice structure for a tall guy. He's got a small waist. He's got glutes. To me, he looks similar to the way he looked in New York in the sense that he can be a little harder and a little bigger. He needs a little more mass on that frame to kind of fill it out so that he doesn't look like he's missing anything. But he has got a nice flow to his body. And I think he's going to be a dangerous guy because if he puts on 10 pounds, 15 pounds onto that physique, he'll be very dangerous because he's got the great structure to hold that muscle on there. So assuming he puts the muscle on in the right places, watch out for Theo. I'm telling you, next year, the year after that, this guy is going to be deadly. Just like Tonio Burton, if he puts on the size, he's going to be deadly. But I think this show is going to go to Charles Griffin. I think he did enough here. I think we should really take our hat off to Mo Shaban because he looks amazing here too. He really did his homework. He came back better than he was last week. And you know what? It's a two-man race. I wouldn't be surprised if they rejudge these guys hard tonight. And if any one of them comes back worse or maybe better, we could see a change in what I'm predicting right here. For now, that's all we got. I'm Dave Palumbo for an RX Muscle news update. Stay tuned later tonight for the finals wrap-up.